Well, everybody, it looks like we're gonna get that pop after all. Good morning, channel member Rob, channel member Bob, channel member Arturo, channel member Don, channel member Sergio, channel member Amy. Good morning, channel member Ted, channel member Brian, channel member Dan. Good to see everybody, channel member Don. And welcome to the stream, everybody else. There's a lot of names, and I do appreciate the channel members who support the YouTube effort right here. Remember, the company doesn't support YouTube, and it does take time, effort, energy, and equipment to put this show on. So, thank you all. Thank you all so much. And Rongamer and Patrick Sledge, thank you for being a channel member. All right. Welcome to the show. Half a point cut. And pre-market, it's a pop. It's a pop. And dun, dun, dun. Here we go. Here we go. I don't know how many times I said 0.25, the market's going to be disappointed. 0.5, we're going to get a pop. Now, yesterday was a pop and a drop and gave me popping antacids like there were Skittles, I think. I was definitely concerned that might have been it. And then overnight, we're seeing a little bit of reprieve again. Look at this rally. Look at that rally. Oh my goodness. 88 points. Are you kidding me? Now here's the crux of the matter though. The target's right there. The target right there. 5,800 on ES. We'll see what happens. 5,750 on S&P 500. Now we could get the blow off top. That scenario I've been talking about for a while now. That a blow off top into the election might be what we do. We could get to 6,000. This thing could go exponential. We could do this right like this, right into the election. It's gonna be no bueno. I know, Svinborn, that's one of your favorite sayings of mine. No bueno. If we do this, no bueno. It's not gonna be good. Not gonna be good at all. So be careful out there. Permacautious. I said I don't know how many up arrows I got. 3 up arrows, and I've drawn dozens more. We did pull back down here, found support right where I thought, and that's the target. Anything over that, icing on the cake, gravy, and that's what we got. That's what we got. It looks like we could hit that minimum target today, and that'd be game over. That would be a bummer, giant bummer. So be careful out there. All right, know where your ejection seat handles are at all times. Like, what are the things going wrong that I need to GTFO? And if you don't know what GTFO is, just Google it. You got to be prepared. Be prepared. That's the Scout motto. That's why I can sit here and hype it that we're going to 1 million, and it's just not the truth. I can sit here and hype it, and thank you, Ryan, for being a channel member. And I can sit here and hype it all the time, just like all the other YouTubers, just like all the other pundits and mainstream media people. We're going up. Everything's great. We're going to cut like 9 gazillion times. And I still maintain that rate cuts are not bullish. And we look at this chart over here. Dun, 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 dun. It hadn't even updated yet on the first account. That's cool. So we did 2 cuts. So pull this over here. We'll be right there. Gonna jump from up here down here, and that was in September. So this will be the deal. We're gonna jump from up here down to here. 2 rate cut. Basically, they put it back where they should have stopped. Essentially, the last 2 rate cuts, I didn't think they should have done. Anybody that's been here, listened to me for all the time, you kind of understand that last 2 rate cuts, I didn't think they should have done. Now we're back to where they should have stopped, and the market rate all the way down here at 3.5. we're still way over the skis here. Way over the skis. So they were sitting at this 5.25 to 5.5. Now we're at cut in half a point. That puts it all the way down to 4.75 to 5. Down here, this orange line will drop back down. Now, is it too little too late? Too much too early? Just the right amount? I don't know. Do rate cuts even matter? That's the big question. I don't think that rate cuts matter. Here's the market rate. It's down at 3.6. You certainly aren't getting mortgage rates for 3.6. Not even 4 or 5. I mean, mortgage rates are still what, 6.3? So things are interesting. Now, here's the deal. Is this little blip down here enough to create so much enthusiasm in the market and in the economy that we get inflation ripping back? Gasoline suddenly, oil prices suddenly spike. Food prices suddenly spike. All the thing, car prices. I mean, think about it. It's this right here. Like, we're a consumption-based economy, and like, there's things wearing out. Things are, people were sitting on demand to buy things. It's like August was a relatively strong month for cars. Housing apparently was a relatively strong month in anticipation of these rate cuts. And what if it causes prices to, what if this little goose in the market causes prices to just soar? And they've got to raise rates again. That is we could be headed down a path that we'll see. Nobody's talking about that fact that this could cause inflation that causes rate raises again. Everybody's talking about how many rate cuts we've got in store. I'm still maintaining that we may do this before we do the big down. Nothing changed in my plan. Just a little bump in the road. We'll see what happens. Time will tell if I'm right again or not. I've had this drawn on here for more than a year now. We're getting close to 2 years now. So we'll see what happens on the rates. We'll see what happens. I think I commonly held that I got something going on with my hand. Sorry. I commonly held that 0.5% rate cut would result in a pop, and that's exactly what we're seeing right here. Look at that. ES up 100 points almost right there from the close yesterday. Think about that. Overnight, they took that. They didn't want us to be able to trade it. They're moving it after hours. All of a sudden, just up here, we're going to be near the target. That's what we got. So I guess before we talk all the trades, all trading involves a substantial risk of lost past performance, not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining, not a recommendation to be buying or selling any financial instruments. So no stocks, options, bonds, forex, futures, crypto, treasuries. Don't long them, don't short them, don't trade them. If you desire personal financial advice, hire and consult a financial advisor, which is not what I do. I don't tell you what to buy. I don't tell you what to sell. I don't tell you where you should be invested. I don't tell you what to trade. I tell you what I'm doing and throw out some good ideas. And a lot of times I get it right, but I may never get it right again. So be careful out there. Be careful out there. Nobody's watching out for your money more than you. All right? If you think they are, got some swampland in Florida we can talk about. All right. This gonna goose it up today. This gonna goose it up today. This gonna goose it up today. Yeah, these are all, I think we're gonna crank everything to 11. Everything's gonna crank up to 11. Blow off top it is. We're so close to that target. My goodness, my goodness. We haven't confirmed the breakout on NQ yet, but this is how much room we have left to go. In big tech, that is a big chunk. Things are going to get crazy. People are going to get nutso cuckoo in the market. That's a 6.8% up, potentially even up to 9 or 10% up. We could stack that in a few days. Over here, we did a 10% plus market correction in what? I don't even remember how long that took, top to bottom. Yeah, like 3 weeks. 3 weeks and change. We can go up that fast. We can go up faster than that. We can add 10% in 3 weeks. So we could be sitting here early October, smoking some fat cigars, being like, oh yeah, that was pretty sweet. But you got to watch out if we do that. We're gonna pay for it if we do that. I mean, look at that, all the way up there, extensions. That super extension stacking up there, 15% upside. That's gonna be a blow off. We're gonna pay for it if we do that. We're gonna pay for it. RTY, look at her go. Has not made a higher high yet. Doesn't have far to go. So 2,300 and 2,500 above that. Now, the interesting thing here is that if we break above 2,450, that now puts Russell in a whole different position here. So this will be an interesting chart to keep an eye on. This one's been lagging severely. Does it catch up? That's the big question to me. Oil, still down here at the doldrums here. Still down here at the bottom. Now, another oil report came out. Another draw. It's like we almost have a record long period of weekly draws cooking. Cushing, Oklahoma, near tank bottoms. This is setting up for an epic squeeze. Like, think about it. Economy's great. Everything starts popping again. Things are looking really good. Oil consumption raises. Just human psychology 101. This thing shoots off. Short squeeze. Opportunity for the upside here. I did buy some 2026 positions in leveraged oil. Held those for a little while now. Gold, still chopping sideways. Tried to break out, tried to break down. Just chopping sideways. There's the market open. And Bitcoin, look at her go. Look at her go. Look at her go. Come on, baby. BTC, USD. I'm still very, very, very heavily invested in Bitcoin and crypto. If we can get through, make that higher high. Make that higher high. We've got a lot of highs to break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got 6 highs we got to break to get the big run. But it's not going to take much if the irrational enthusiasm comes flowing in. Watch out, baby. Watch out. All right. TXY. That's a pretty benign reaction for the inflationary stuff they did by cutting the rate 0.5 point. And NKD, look at that. Big indicator that we're going to pop. We break out over here. This one's blowing off too. Probably take the US market with it. This is going to be fun. ASML. Right there. Now, if anybody took the SPXL trade, let's just skip ahead here. It's on the list. Look at this. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Look at that. Not far to go. I like it. Yeah, TQQQ. If anybody has that one, it's got a long way to go. It's not even a higher high yet. Now, these leverage ones, they do have a carry cost to get the leverage. So that's sometimes why they seem to outperform like QQQ up here, but TQQQ it's still down here a little bit. That's why like SPXL, like we're seeing S&P 500 at all-time highs, but SPXL still hasn't gone. Got to be careful sometimes. Got to be careful. These are leverage charts. They're amplified. And that's why I say sometimes they underperform. See, look at that. Look at that, baby. We're right up there. Holy guacamole. Watch out. All right, let's go through the list. ASML, still under the roadmap line. Still under the gap down. Still shy of the target on the downside. I would still be cautious on this one. I don't think anything's fundamentally changed here. LRCX, still all the same things I just said on ASML. The gap is way up here, though. FNGU, that's still lower highs. Still below support, or I mean resistance, excuse me. Be careful. SMCI, still on the path. Like, a lot of things haven't changed. Now, right up to the extension. Crazy. That thing's crazy. Watch for that to top out. Nail. Target. Got it. Congratulations. Anybody got that one? Worked out. Meta. Getting close. Almost there. 50. 55. 558. Say the numbers in the right order. 558. DRI. Garden Restaurants. This is Olive Garden. That's a sideways choppy chart. Not breaking higher yet. $181, $185, probably resistance on the upside. And Netflix. Come on, hit the target. Hit the target, hit the target, hit the target. So close. 714. ANET. Hit the target. Come on, hit it, hit it, hit it. 388 on ANET. RH. Ooh, trying to break out. This has a significant resistance. Look how much sideways that had. So this is unclear on the breakouts here. Could be a sign. I mean, that was only 2 highs, though. And we're not really breaking higher than that one yet. I would be on the edge if I was long this right now. I would definitely want to have an exit plan. This can very easily go lower from here. It's gonna, like, this is a very significant top right here at 415-ish, 412, 415. If we can get above that, maybe we could be looking up. It might just be a little fake out and then we go lower. That's what that looks like to me, is that we may go lower. MDY. See enough charts and you'd be like, well, they've got all these things changing for their business, and I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. The charts matter more than anything. MDY is a mid-cap trust. It's a spider product. Target 582. IVV. We're seeing all these core ETF products showing up today. 576. FSLR. If we can get above the resistance, 320. SPY. Look at that, almost to the target. 573. Bulls. Talk about one that's lagging. Holy moly. This still would give me concern if I was in this 3x leverage product right here. Microsector FANG. Big tech. 3x leverage. That does not look like we're going to rip. GEV. Boom. Next target up. 269. This doesn't have enough candles to do any kind of analysis with. So it's just a while. It's an EWAG. If you're not sure what an EWAG is, you can Google that one. And VOO. And Vanguard SPY. And this is, so SPY is spiders, you know, S&P 500, and Vanguard VU is Vanguard's basically SPY. 526 looks like we're going to hit it. Laboo. That's above the downtrend line, but it's still in that resistance. If it can't get above it, it's not going up to 192. That's a solid. I mean, look how many candles topped out in that same spot right there. That's a solid resistance coming across there. It goes back all the way over here where these topped out. I would definitely be watching for that to fail if I was long that coin. Nice reversal with Bitcoin and crypto, but still not going anywhere yet. The confirmation is all the way up here. All the way up here. It's going to take a big reversal on coin. I do have CONL. Just holding shares, not options. Thank you, Darren. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you for being a channel member. SMH. Hanging out right here. That's still not a bullish chart. Still not a bullish chart. There are a ton. I'm kind of going fast because there are a ton of gainers on the list today. Ton of gainers. SOXX, still not a bearish chart. I'm not sure. The AI trade may be done, and we see semiconductors go down. Oh, awesome, Rob. What was that? That you booked 64% on? USD, still in a downtrend. And remember, when you see Ultra in the name, Ultra Semiconductor, gold, nice work. Ultra means leveraged semiconductors. Leveraged semiconductors. That's dangerous. That's betting on AI to break out, but that's still a downtrend. And these lines aren't drawn super awesomely. There you go. Still have upside to go before we keep filling out this watermelon seed squeeze situation here. Adobe. Looks like we're still in a correction, potentially. If we break down below this low over here, probably coming on down to 250. If we can break through those two highs right there, cruising on up. Oh, what are we doing? Breaking a higher high than we had right back here 10 days ago, 12 days ago, 13 days ago. Come on, baby. Let's break this high up here. I want to see this pop big. I do hold TSLL shares. All right, where was I? Talking about Adobe, DPST. Banking sector is traditionally. Let's see. Did I bring that? Let me see. Hold on. 1 minute. Uno momento. I had a chart that I wasn't going to show, and then suddenly I just thought about showing it. So right here, first rate cut. Look. So these are the best performing sectors. Right here. Consumer non-cyclicals. Consumer cyclicals. Rate cut's good for the consumer. Technology. Healthcare. Is just first rate cut based on all the rate cuts since 1973. Now, things that don't work out so well. Business services, industrials, telecommunications, non-energy materials, consumer services. And that's kind of weird. And all these consumer things up here, but consumer services, not so great. Energy, not so great. But oil's already beat down. So this is interesting, right? Utilities. So utilities are a safe haven. So when rate cuts happen and people are enthusiastic about the economy, improving, utilities get dumped. And then finance, look at that. Finance, we're talking about banking, the biggest loser based on these sectors. There's just a few of the sectors. There can be many, many more broken out, but there you go. So be careful on this one. This could be look, we're right at that resistance. We haven't broken through. Now, the thing I didn't talk about, the fact we did a 0.5 rate cut without preparing all the back end stuff is that the reverse repo could all of a sudden become illiquid. The RRP facility that they've been running in the background, they've actually been increasing liquidity in the market, but participation rate has been dropping. It's kind of weird. If the reverse repo market becomes illiquid, that creates all sorts of problems for banks. We could see another banking freakout because we got a rate cut. They're getting everybody upside down again. The other way. They got everybody upside down by raising rates at the fastest rate ever. Now they can get people upside down by dropping rates faster. They can screw banks again. Screw them on the upside, screw them on the downside. Explaining all that's way beyond my what I consider entertaining. But just be careful. We can create another banking freakout. SPXL, I want to see that. Come on, get to the target, get to the target, get to the target. Come on. If anybody took that trade with me, hopefully you're doing pretty good. I'll have to go check mine here in a minute. Cat. That's... we can break that high and that high. If we get this close up here just a little higher, this confirms we're probably going up to 393 on Cat. Microsoft hanging out here. We have not triggered the entry yet. Not triggered the entry. If we can trigger the entry, 481 takes a daily close above this 435 area right there. MDB still looking kind of bearish on MDB. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. We're still holding under the roadmap line. CRWD. And my trading view definitely being a little sluggish today. CRWD still hanging under the roadmap line. Still bearish. Be careful. This is one of those places where the blow off may be very narrow in what participates in the blow off. NXPI still looking kind of bearish. Semiconductors. I'm telling you that semiconductors may not participate in this impending potential blow-off situation. MSTR potentially trying to break out here. Potentially, we've got this high to contend with, and this high up here, and these high. We've got some stuff to work through. If Bitcoin's going to reverse and get a big move, we've got the opportunity. We got to do it. Got to do it. Toyota Motors. And apparently that chart is causing some stress. This is still under the roadmap line. Still lower highs. Still gives me caution. Lulu. Still under the roadmap line. Still down here. Still in a downtrend. Still only 3 waves up. Still be careful. Tesla, I really want to see that breakout and go in a big way. AMAT, still under the roadmap line, still potentially set to go lower. AVGO, that can break out. And I mean, we're going to have to gap fill and maintain a close at the gap fill. Sets the stage for 194 on AVGO. ADI, got to break above those highs. Look how much rejection there's been up there. If we can break it, 251. EWTX, that just popped to, that's a biotech, but just popped up to the target. Classic biotech behavior. PANW, and it gap filled and then rejected strongly. We might hit the roadmap line again before we can cruise up more. I am long shares of PANW, looking for that 400, 410 area right up there. It's going to be a bummer if this doesn't just take off and go. Home Depot. Yeah, set the stage for 412. Housing's good, right? Let's get those consumers back in the Home Depot stores. Dash, DoorDash. Consumers are strong. Watch for the pop. RZLV, never even, I don't even know what the fudge this is. That looks like a nasty chart. I would not touch this with anybody's money. Looks like we're going down in a blaze of glory. DHI, right out the top. Next target up, potentially 218, but this can roll at any point. This thing was already performing and probably needs a pullback. Be cautious is what I would say. Excuse me. Be careful. I don't think this is going to the moon. 220 would be the next, 218, 220 area. Next one up. TECL is still lower highs. This is a 3X on technology. Keep warning, something's not, there's a glitch in the matrix here. Big tech is not leading. Not in the way that I would expect. TSM, Taiwan Semi, still sitting here. We've got this giant gap down over here too. This gap down needs to be filled to be able to break out and go up to 200. Lennar, there's another home builder, along with DR Horton. That doesn't suggest, like, that doesn't even, between this chart and this chart, it doesn't even suggest that high mortgage rates are high and causing a problem for the housing industry. So this is why I think that inflation may come ripping back very, very quickly. Very quickly. AMD still at resistance here. That's lower highs. That's that high. That's a lower high. That's a lower high. That's a lower high. We're still in that downtrend. Still came up short of the target on the downside. Watch out. CVNA. Right up to the target. Watch for that to top out. We could pop. You know, this is consumer services again. TXN. Or a bunch of people going to buy cars. You know, we still haven't resolved the fact that credit card debt is at epic highs. Like, reducing the interest rate at the Fed is not going to reduce credit card interest rates. And if it causes inflation, guess what? It just perpetuates the problems even more. TXN doesn't look like a breakout setup at the moment to me. Now it could, but it definitely could set up a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. Look at this. That. That could be interesting if we play out. To break above that neckline. Take it to 255. That'd be a pretty wild move right there. NVDU, still not looking bearish. I mean, bullish. Still looking bearish. Get the right words in the right order. Still looking bearish here. Notably absent on the chart here today on the list is NVIDIA, and it's not moving. Yeah, look at that head and shoulders right there. Potential. Be careful out there chasing NVIDIA. IWM. Taking that one right back. Russell must be... Is Russell suffering a bit? And reject... that completed that three-wave move up with a lower high. Here's the scary thing. Here's the really scary thing to me. Russell can roll before the rest of the market and just be kind of like canary in the coal mine here. This is what this looks like to me. I didn't pull it over far enough. This will be way down here. 4 probably be back up here. And 5 will probably be way down in the abyss. Way down here. That's what that looks like it's setting up. 3s are usually pretty violent, so it could be something more like this. We may break before the election. At least on Russell. Be careful. No, have an exit plan. That's the... Have an exit plan. I cannot say that enough times. Arm. Look at that. That's not a bullish breakout. Watch out for that to roll. XLK. Still lower highs. Go, baby, go. Target on that. If you took that one with me, the target's still 199. Amazon. Come on. Break out. Go. 209, still the target on Amazon. BRKB. That could be. It's a 1 hour bounce. If it follows through that high, that low, watch for that break of that resistance at 469. Could be set for a rally up to 490, 495. But if we reject here, we can go down lower. QCOM. Still not bullish. Watch out. Like, there's a bunch of these are flashing problems. Makes me very cautious. Toll Brothers. Man. Another home builder. Right up there at all-time highs. Amazing. Right up to the extension. Possibly up to 175, but I would definitely be careful chasing these higher. I think the high probability trades played out in home builders. DHA, DR Horton, Toll Brothers, Lennar. Be careful. Flutter Entertainment, right up to the target. Consider booking the profit. That can be done. That can be close enough. CRM. Major resistance. We got to break through right there on that gap down. Tried once, twice, 3, 4. That was a double try. 5th attempt. This looks like it really wants to go lower. SCCO. That's business technology for you. You know, that's CRM, customer relations management software. The software they keep me out of. SCCO, that's still lower highs. Copper, Dr. Copper, let's see. Dr. Copper, that's still lower highs. Still think we're due a flush on copper. ENPH. Maybe I should have waited and bought my wire when we flush on copper. EMPH still hanging. So raising the tariffs to like 250% or whatever on solar just doesn't make sense to me. Like you're just like you want green energy, but you're going to cripple the green energy technology company. I mean, I understand like the logic that you think raising tariffs promotes. It keeps cheap China panels from flooding the U.S. markets. But the problem is China has the efficiency. It's not like they're artificially building these panels cheap. They have the technology and resources to build them cheap. We don't have that infrastructure here in the United States. So it's just stupid to cripple the solar industry by putting 250% tariffs on. All that does is promote inefficiency in U.S. production of solar panels. Companies are like, oh, well, we can charge this price, and then when you take off the tariff, like they can't compete anymore. So it's insanely stupid. The tariffs are protectionist. It protects U.S. inefficiency, essentially. It doesn't protect industry. It promotes inefficiency and higher prices for the consumer. It's basically a tax on the U.S. consumer. It doesn't promote U.S. economy. It's just another tax. Tariffs are a tax on your own country. It's not a tax on China. We're gonna be hard on China. We're gonna put tariffs. It's a tax on U.S. citizens. VTI. Right there. That's the target. RYAAY. That's the resistance. Apple. Interesting. Is this still lower highs? $243 is the target on the upside. I got off when we failed to break out here. Probably not getting back on that one. TQQQ. Got to break higher than the other high here. If we can do it. Big up. If we can't, this is set for a much larger down. Don't even remember what all these targets are down here. That high, that low, that high. Right now sets the stage. Potential move down here if this fails. If we hold that line, we can drop. If we hold, there's the potential. So there's still a downside potential sitting out here, hiding in the bushes. Hiding in the bushes with a sniper scope on us. DEO still under the rub up line, even though we're right up to it. FDX. We're going to have to get a daily close here. Triggers the 320 potential upside. Talk about timing. Important earnings right there on FOMC day. PHM. There's not much to say here. That high, that low. Next upside, 150. QLD. Hanging at the resistance zone here. Ultra QQQ. So instead of TQQQ, you could play QLD. This one looks a little better than TQQQ, but still not breaking out. Still has the potential to go lower. Watch out. SLV coming back. Go check out silver. And not breaking out. Come on. Come on, silver. Just do it. You know you want to. FAS. That can go for an extension. Got this high, got this low. 138 potential. It's going to be 4-hour bounce. Lower time frame. XHB. There's your home builders ETF. Rocking and rolling to crazy highs. Next one up, 132. If we're going to push the extension. If we're going to blow it off. Elf Beauty. I still think we're due a little bit lower. A little bit lower. Yeah. One way or another, we're probably due for a touch of 100. Airbnb. Resistance up here. Is that consumer super strong? Got to break through that gap down. That resistance to go higher. Then I do have this larger upside potential. It set up a measured bounce on the higher time frame there. We could, in fact, see a large upside on Airbnb. Beautiful potential bounce. That target, I'd probably look for 220. Let's not get too optimistic here. Probably go for 220. Yeah. Abercrombie and Fitch. Watch for that to break the neckline. I might actually trade that short if we do it. BRT. If we can get above that right there. 118 upside. Google. Still not a bearish, or still not a bullish chart yet. Got that gap down way up here. We've got to get through. So big technology lagging because of Google and Nvidia, and Amazon not participating, and I tell you, Microsoft even not really breaking out. And this may not get a close above here, so don't front run it. This may flush down today. Big tech just not. This is not a big tech rally for whatever reason. UPRO, that baby go. That is another Ultra Pro S&P 500. Ultra means leveraged. Like SPXL. 89 is the target up there. CAR. Avis Budget Group. Consumer strong, but that looks pretty bad. That looks pretty bad. Not gonna lie. Where's the low? Maybe down lower. That could go further. Stuff that was declining. CRMT. If you're still with me, I'm trying to hustle. Ooh, America's Car Mart. Drop low. Look at that. A drop on lower interest rates. This does not look bullish for that chart. PGNY. Ooh, man. That does not look bullish for that chart. SBIT, I've been saying for a few days now that this looked like a bearish chart, and there you go. Not a lower low yet, but watch out. You might get wrecked. This is 1x bear on crypto, and this one may plummet out. Looks like. Drop and plummet here. And Lambo, LMBO. If you want to be 2x bull on all of crypto, here's your opportunity to break out above. Yeah, look, if we can hold this breakout and actually get participation, this one could go up. So anyway, SOXS, that's semiconductor leveraged, 3x leveraged bears. That's a small hit, but it's a toss-up. If we break down, this will pop. If we break down on semiconductors, this will pop. If we break up on semiconductors, this will make a lower low. And this, similarly to the SBIT chart, looks kind of bearish, honestly. That looks kind of bearish. Now, this is a declining asset chart, so be careful. That's a lot like UVXY. For those I was warning, that didn't look like a bullish pattern. A lot of people were like, let's play UVXY. I was like, that doesn't look like we're going to pop. It didn't look like the opportunity that I was looking for. FIVE. Now, it could, UVXY could shape up into something, but it's just not feeling it. 5 below. There's the resistance right up there. We just gap filled, and turning down, this may result in, and we only did it in a 3-way fashion. Here's the caution. Here's the caution. That low, that high, that low. We stopped at a 1272, turning down on the gap fill. We can get continuation lower. That continuation lower could be down here at 60. Now, that all said, if we retrace here, hold above, like hold in the vicinity of that prior high, turn up, break through the roadmap line, that'd be pretty positive. If we just break through the roadmap line, pretty positive. That right there, another resistance zone right at the roadmap line. Now, why am I talking about all this? Because even with all that said, even with all those levels, Check this out. This low, this high. That did a large 3-wave correction down to a 76, moving up. This could be a large measured bounce. Here's the potential. Here's the potential. If you really believe, look at this, 500. Cautious on the reversal here, but 500 right there. Dun, 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 dun. When is XLE USO going to make a move from its lows? Because it looks like it's oscillation now. I can't, like, so if you're going with ETFs do not perform like the underlying asset. So you got to be careful. CL, I just messed something up. Go back there. There we go. CL is just hanging out at the lows. Until this chart moves, nothing energy derivative is going to move. All right. Just addressing that question really quickly. And right back down. That was 5 below. So the bonus trade of today. This one is spicy. And the pop today may not have much left on the bone. 19 is the target. Now, let's grab... I need to pop over here and grab the chart really quickly. Can't see my screen. I know I hit the wrong button. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I hit all sorts of wrong buttons. And here's the bonus trade. In Neog right here. Grab the details. Throw it in here. Wasn't important anyway until right here. Neog. 1914 is the target. 13 is the stop. $2 potential. 91% of the time on 24 trades since 1989. That's a pretty strong one. Highly likely to work out in our favor based on history. That target right up there, 1914. Average duration, 58 trading days. So this is going to take a little while, potentially. It's not a big fast mover typically, but we've got some big candles in here, so it may go faster than average. May, doesn't have to. 58 days is, still don't have that pulled over far enough. 58 right there. 83 calendar days. You're going to have to be out probably December's option expiration. If options were even a choice, I don't know. This list of tickers is 3,600 tickers, and only like 600 or so have options, and probably only like 300 of those have liquid options. So be careful out there. 19 would be the upside play. It is higher. Did move up higher than the entry trigger right down here. So there you go. Yesterday was the first close above the 618. Today, potential continuation. 19 is the target. Could it go higher? Absolutely. But there you go. If you appreciate those, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments that you appreciate the bonus trades. Bias for the day. Extreme caution. Watching for that touch of 57.50. So we've got a doji on our hands so far today. My bias is still up till we get the target. It's going to be a bummer if we miss the target. 70% likely we're going to hit the target for S&P. Some of the charts, some of the derivative charts, even higher probability that we hit these targets. Right here. Turn that off. Look at that. 73%. Strong. Strong potential. Based on history. Just need continuation. All right. Have a great day out there, everybody. I'll be back. Same bat time, same bat channel. 9:15 tomorrow morning. Remember, hit that like, subscribe button. Consider being a channel member if you want to support me and get access to extra content beyond what I do right here for everybody for free. Have a great day, everybody. I'll